right, let's focus on finances. Today is National Savings Day.
Okay, so a day to remind us all to prioritize financial well-being. Especially great for parents to pause to think about financial lessons we may be passing on to our kids. You know, just the do as I say, not as I do thing, right? Isn't that what everybody does?
Yeah, there you go.
Susan joining us now with a look at where to begin.
There are a lot of easy, quick things we can do, and it's also something that we're going to turn to the experts for a little help with. So right now we are joined by Rachel Galvez from Arizona Federal Credit Union. Rachel, thank you so much for being with us. First things first, talk me through why it's so important to start this conversation about money early with our kids.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me. Having the conversation about money early is really key, to teaching kids the value of money and setting them up for financial stability right away. So the younger, the better. But if that conversation starts later, no problem. At least you're having it.
And Rachel, you have a couple quick tips about how you do start this conversation. The first thing is wants versus needs. Tell me about that. What are those things that we need to teach our kids about, wants versus needs?
Yeah, the term wants versus needs, that can range, when kids are, I have a 4-year-old and I have a 7-year-old. And really making sure we're using terms that they understand is really key. Talk to them about your monthly budget and why, you set aside and determine a savings versus a spendings, and what that means, and help them understand really why you're doing that. And again, use terms that they understand.
A couple of your other tips: be transparent. Like you just mentioned, you want to have that good open line of communication with your kids. You also want to talk about hard money versus digital. What should we be talking about with them about digital money?
Yeah, I think it's easy for us as parents to assume that our kids understand that concept of money, as we're swiping the card, but they really don't. So it's important for us to have the conversation with them of, okay, yeah, just because I have this card, money doesn't grow on trees. It's not just floating out there. You earn it and you have to set it aside and save for things that you really want. We do that with our kids, and we talk about our trips that we're going on. We'll say, okay, mommy and daddy are saving for this. Make it real. Make it something they can connect with.
How about a youth savings account? That's another one of the things that maybe a lot of parents haven't even thought about. How do we go about getting one of those youth savings accounts?
Getting a youth savings account, is so important at an early age because it sets them up for a routine. It makes it part of a habit, whether it's putting, small goals into, their perspective of, okay, I really want to save for a bike, or as they get older, I really want to save for an apartment. Getting that routine started early with setting them up with the savings account is key. So go to any financial institution of your choice. Of course, Arizona Federal would love to help you with that, but just getting them started somewhere is key.
And maybe even a little piggy bank. Rachel, thank you so much for your help today and your great advice. We all have a lot of homework to do, I think, guys.
No problem. And here's
All right, good advice. New